Welcome back to Books My Wife Likes, where I read books that my wife likes and then explain it to my two best friends. Here with me today, we got Dylan.
Hello, hello.
And Russell.
What's going on, everybody?
Today's book is Throne of Glass by Sarah J Maas. And apparently, it is the greatest book ever written by everybody in the comment sections wanting me to get to this book. So, are you guys excited? Yeah. This is the first series we've done after ACOTAR. This one is more fantasy-based. At first, I was like, one book is going to be an episode until we get to the bigger books. But then I got maybe like 8 chapters in, and I was like, I got to write things down. There's so much stuff. There's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of world building. So we're going to dive right into it. It takes place in Aurelia. All right, we do have a map. We have map. And deep in the heart of Aurelia, in the salt mines of Endovier, we meet Selena Sardathian, 19-year-old assassin. Which, shout out Sarah J Maas, because in ACOTAR, every woman had to be like, we had to go through their training process. This bitch is already bad from the beginning. So,
hell yeah.
She's been sentenced to work in the salt mines. When we meet Selena, she has already killed an overseer and has tried to escape multiple times because it sucks. They have a bunch of slaves working there. Slavery's a big thing. Adderlin Empire. They destroyed her where she grew up. They've been destroying a bunch of things, and then they'll take slaves and they'll send them to the salt mines so they can have seasoned food. That's pretty much the gist of that. So while she's working in the salt mines, one day a guy comes up to her. He is a Kingsguard, pretty much for the king of Adderlin. His name is Chael. Kale. It's Kale Westfall. I'm sorry. His name is spelled Chaol. How y'all interpreting that?
Chael?
But it's Kale.
Wait, CH.
AOL.
Because I wrote it like the vegetable. Kale. But it's Chael.
There's a lot of names in here that's just going to send you through the loops. And, okay, I do want to start this off by saying I'm going to say things wrong. Because there's like Rifthold. I might call him Rift Helm, okay?
I mean, you did not miss a single thing in the original ACOTAR. Like, everything was perfectly correct, and every name you said was properly pronounced, all words. Like, so I have
And we did not have to do a segment where I talked about the things I got wrong in the previous book.
We did not do that.
We never did that. And that won't be a thing in here. This one, this series, I did decide to just take notes as I go so we can have a pretty concise and get important stuff. I understand that I did not like A Court of Silver Flames, but I still felt like I did a disservice not doing any, like good notes for that. And I do feel like we missed a couple things. So, Kale pretty much tells her that she needs to come to Adderlin because the Prince Dorian, needs to speak with her. Which she's like, hell yeah, I want to get out of here. So they're traveling through the Oakwalled Forest, okay? They talk about this guy, Brannon. He is a high fae. Magic is gone. I put in parentheses, they'll find it. Just because there are notes, and that's why I think this is going to be funny as I go, because I was writing down just like stuff that I was also thinking. Mm-hmm. But because my brain is so sporadic, I forgot half of these notes. And then they also mention, while they're going there, they do mention that this is a world that has goblins, nymphs, fays. I put, oh my. So there is a lot of mystical creatures.
Nymphs are the ones that like to have sex a lot, right?
I think those are nymphos.
Just trying to clarify.
That's where we're going.
Yeah, no, yeah, it's A Court of Silver Flames. It fits. It fits. Yeah, were there nymphs in the book? No,
Nymphos.
Magic in the world is gone. So pretty much the not necessarily the king of Adderlin, but pretty much kings that came before him, various other people. They have drove the fays away. Brannon he's like the high lord of them, what we would consider a high lord from ACOTAR. He's gone. They assume he's dead. I haven't got to know where I haven't got to any part that says like, you know, magic is real right now. So, or back, but there's no sign of Brannon. All right.
And ain't nobody dead in these books until it's officially dead, right?
Correct.
Because, like, I mean, at any point in time, somebody could be like, we saved them. They were over here hiding for a little bit. Anybody could be alive.
Unless you see them die, never assume they're dead. So they go through Oakwald. They get to Rifthold, which is the location of the glass castle. The castle is made of glass, big, thick glass. Kale says, you know, it's stronger than concrete. She doesn't want to go inside of it because it is a castle of glass. I feel you, dog. Like, I don't want to go on that either.
Yeah.
I just feel like a large rock would like suffice. You know what I'm saying? Catapult, big old boulder.
It's concrete glass, though, right?
Yeah. It's concrete. I mean, that's how they describe it. He's like, it's stronger than concrete and steel. I was like, well, I don't know about that. Don't know what science says about that. I don't think that's a thing. But it could be.
Can I make a prediction that we're going to get to see the whole castle shatter at some point?
Like at one point in the books?
Yeah.
Strong prediction. I also feel that way.
All right.
Because what a good...
I'll put money on the other side.
What a good metaphor. Now, when she meets Prince Dorian, she's talking about like how he looks and everything. And they mention he does not look like his dad. He has sapphire eyes, which his mom does not have, his dad does not have.
Oh, he's illegitimate.
Yep. I was like, that's the easiest. That's not his dad direction pointing I've ever had. Thank you for telling us that. So Dorian wants her to be his father's champion, i.e. personal assassin, in a contest with 23 other hooligans. That's what I put. 23 other ne'er-do-wells who are sponsored by like various lords. So Dorian wants her. She is the most famous criminal in Aurelia. So that's why he wants her. They take Selena because they do the whole thing of, you know, she's a dirty girl working in the mines and stuff. And she's so dirty, so they got to bathe her. We meet Philippa, which is, I guess, this version of Alice. Mm-hmm. It's a hard-working lady. She is a lot meaner, though. So I'm not like jonesing for some Philippa content. You know what I'm saying? Like Alice, I wanted to hear from her, which after Mist and Fury is just like gone. I think in Wings and Ruin after.
Yeah, because I don't remember hearing much about her after the first.
Because when the Summer Court got attacked, that was the last time afterwards.
Okay.
After they went to go help Tarquin. That was the last time we heard from old Alice, our good old 9-to-5er.
Working.
I do want to do a spoiler for y'all, though. We do get our first fat character, and it's fucking hilarious.
She treats it with grace.
She does not. She does not, and I cannot wait to get to that. Oh, I can't wait. So Dorian's mom is Queen Georgina. They do talk about it. She's not a good mama.
That's what George Foreman named his daughter.
Yeah, no. Georgina Foreman.
Doesn't he have like 7 kids named George?
Like my daughter, Michaelina.
Yeah.
There's a problem with that?
No, he had like 5 or 6 sons named George, and then he had a daughter. It was like
Georgina. There you go. So he has a little brother, Holland. Holland is a fucking psychopath. But he's been sent to like a group home because he keeps beating the fuck out of like tutors and shit like that. Nearly beating them to death. He's like a crazy Joffrey type. I put Holland equals kid from the Omen equals future serial killer. So he is just he's not emotionally regulated, which is really funny because Georgina really wants Dorian to hurry up and have a fucking kid with somebody. He's 19.
Oh, okay.
Oh, Selena, she's 19. Kale is 22 because old people are boring, dog.
You gotta make them young and hot.
She wrote this when she was 16, by the way.
Okay, so they were old people to her when she wrote it.
Yeah, they were old people to her. Yeah, they were fucking grandpas.
So wait, this was the first book that she wrote?
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
I think she had wrote some novellas, and then she compiled them into Assassin's Blade. And that'll be the 3rd book we get to.
Okay.
Even though everybody's like, that's the first book you should read. And I'm like, I'm going to read them in the order that the author put them out there. And they're like, well, the novellas technically came first. I'm like, but she put it in a book and made it 3rd, didn't she? So, sorry, bud. When Alice gets to her room, funny thing I didn't even mention, she immediately makes a shank out of like some bobby pins.
I mean, that's what you got to do.
That's what you got to do. She immediately makes. She's very crafty. The thing I like about Selena I'm gonna say Selena a lot. Selena. Oh well, because also she goes under an alias here because she is the most famous criminal. So it's just so hard. It's so hard for me to.
Selena.
Yeah, Selena. So she is. She reminds me of y'all know that black haired girl from Mockingjay Part 1. Y'all know who I'm talking about. She's like the real snarky girl, like can fight real well with her hands and stuff. That's Selena in my brain movie. But yeah, she's very crafty and she can fight really well from the get-go. And we'll find out why she can fight really well because tragic backstories. Selena and Dorian walk through the gardens. Selena takes note that there are 8 gargoyles. One points to a strange mark. Now, I was going to draw this mark before because they do describe it, but then there's a fuck ton of marks, and I'm like, we're not going to keep up with marks, dog, and how marks look, because when they come up again, she'll just be like, oh, it's just like the mark from the garden. So there's nothing about the mark that I don't think points to anything. I drew one of them just because I was like, I could draw it. And we'll see this mark later. And I feel like this was kind of a thing. You can't see that at all. Yeah, it's a diamond with 2 arrows in it and a line in the middle. You can kind of see it. You kind of see it a little bit. Trying to stay in order and not ADHD this. So one points to a strange mark. Dorian doesn't know what it is because he's allergic to asking questions. Like, yeah, you live there. Like, you can't. What does all this mean? I don't fucking know.
That is a very dude thing.
Now, there's going to be things I write in these notes that get answered later. So these are the notes that I have written now. I.e., why don't I look like my daddy? That's what he's allergic to asking questions. I.e., why don't I look like my daddy? All right. So we could also tell at this point. So, of course, Dorian is the most handsomest man that has ever walked the face of the earth. Kale was a dick to Selena when they were in Endovier. Now that as soon as they got to Adderlin, he immediately became nice. Like, he's still kind of like, you can't go around anybody because I don't trust you. But he was super dick at first, and then he was just like, well, now we got to start this arc where, there's a will they, won't they love triangle with Kale and Dorian that you see blossoming very early, very, very early. Selena loves books, so her and Dorian, or her and Kale, because Kale's leading her to a room, they go through a library with like a million books. Mm-hmm. And Selena loves books. If she ain't reading, she's stabbing people. Thank God SJM made a smart, non-helpless woman. That's why I put on there. So yeah, so she can already read. We ain't got to worry about being illiterate or anything. She writes a note to Dorian asking for some of the books. Dorian's like, yeah, you can have the books, but you got to read these first.
It is nice that there's only a 3-year age gap and not a 500-year.
Yeah, I do like that. I do like that. So we learn a little bit more about the competition too. So it takes place over 13 weeks for the competition. This is fucking funny. I'm so sorry. I'm laughing. They have to have Dorian and her flirt like middle schoolers over books. That's what they're doing. But, okay. Because I have some of the lines drawn because I did not start taking notes until a couple chapters in. So we're going to get back to the 13-week competition. So Selena was from a place called Terracin. That's where she was originally from. But after an assault on her village, she was found by a guy named Arabin, who told her, if you're going to live under my roof, you're going to be killing motherfuckers. For real. Like, he finds her, takes her in, but is like, you ain't going to do nothing. You going to fucking get out here and train and become the deadliest person ever, and you going to make me a fuck ton of money. Nobody lives here for free. We find out that the competition is 13 weeks, okay? There are 24 competitors. We find out that one competitor will get eliminated each week. And Selena's like, and I did the calculations. You did the calculations on 24 minus 13. Like, and what's so funny is I think it's Dorian notices. Actually, this is it comes up later in the book how the competition works. It's okay if I talk about the competition, but the War Master we meet later notices that she's doing the calculations because he's like he sees that she's thinking about it. So she's sitting there like this, like if he notices you're thinking about how people, but in the competition, like people will either die or quit. And then they send you back to wherever they got you from.
I like how she made her literate, but there's still something. Like she can't do math.
At all.
Yeah.
Yeah. She probably can't do math. Like, I guess in a later book, it's like, and she's like great at arithmetic. She's just great at everything she does. There's nothing that she is bad at. So I put Selena did the calculations of 24 minus 13. So yeah, I think it was Dorian that pointed out that she fucking was doing just like, you fucking carry the 2. And he's like, yeah, people are going to die and quit. And she's just like looking, you better be glad you're pretty. She's also the only woman in the competition. She is the only woman. So Duke Parrington, that's his name. Duke Parrington, his champion is Kane. Ball goddess Kane. That's all I could think about. It is every time they talk about Kane, he is the red masked wrestler, WWE wrestler. Like everything he does, he's from the White Fang Mountains. Duke Parrington, by the way, is described as rotund. And then when he's speaking with a woman that we meet later, Miss Rompier, he's described as she's disgusted by his big meaty fingers.
What is her name? Miss Rompier?
That's her last name. Lady Caltaine Rompier.
These are some 16-year-old writer names here.
Look, they are tough. I don't think I'm not going to come up with fucking Caltaine Rompier at 16. I'm going to come up with Bob John. Bob John is going to be the main character, and his best friend, Gary Wise, that's his best friend.
It's probably going to be Bob Roberts.
Yeah, Bob Roberts. Gary Garrison.
He's just Bob.
All right, so after an assault on her village, she goes and lives with Arabin. Dorian names her Lillian Gordana. He gives her an alias so nobody knows.
That's why I usually get at Taco Bell.
A Lillian Gordana?
Yeah.
Yeah. Grilled?
Yeah.
If you get anything at Taco Bell, get it grilled. Not like what? If you get a 5-layer burrito, get it grilled.
I'm going to tell everybody, like 100% Mike is a genius when he came up with this because
Well, they see how I'm built.
the 5-layer of the cheesy 5-layer burrito or whatever the hell it is, it's good. It's all right. And then you get it grilled and it is like gourmet.
It is the most delicious food. It is great. You got to know how to do stuff. And obviously, by the way I'm built, I took my time.
And then I transferred you a tenderloin biscuit.
Mm-hmm.
I still would like to try one of those.
You've had tenderloin.
One day, buddy. You've had a tenderloin on a bun because we went too late. So he gives her an alias, Lillian Gordana. So everybody doesn't know that she is the famous assassin. Lillian Gordana, jewel thief from Fenharrow. Oh, because I have a bunch of parentheses. So next we do meet Lady Caltaine Rompier. Selena has a little crush on Kale. Oh, I guess because I'm not writing things in fucking order. So they meet. She's actually standing out on a balcony, and like Lady Caltaine is like talking shit about her. Mm-hmm. And you know, Feyre would have been like, so I went and I started painting pictures. I started painting my emotions. Selena chucked a fucking flower pot at her and then like backed into the shadows. So she couldn't be seen. So it's a lot better when like somebody starts talking shit. We got somebody who can fucking put them in their place. The next part is Kale and Selena have a flirty little breakfast. Of course, she gets naked in front of him, causing him to like blush and stuff. Because right now, she gets sent to her room. She gets bathed. She gets to have breakfast. They make a bunch of food because they are rich. She is not. So she's poor going into rich. The next day, or that morning, that was the breakfast, the cute little flirty breakfast. They go to the chamber, the fucking, what do you call it? Like it's not like a courtyard. It's inside. But they go to the train. They're having I put literal Hunger Game practice scene where they're grabbing their weapons and like testing them out in front of their sponsors and stuff. Kel and Selena spar. They have this back and forth. So they end up sparring. And it is a very close spar to which Kel wins by tripping her. She gets mad that he tripped her to win. She is an assassin, and assassin's in all capital letters and scribbled very darkly. I was like, well, if you're an assassin, you kill people without them knowing. You don't say, hey, wake up. Like, I'm an assassin. You got to get up. We're going to have an honorable fight, okay? No tripping. If your back gets put against the wall, you got to call wall, and then I'll back off, and it'll be very clean, very beautiful. So then we meet the War Master. Everybody's out there training. His name is Theodos Brulo, Judge and Weapons Master. Pretty much has them do an AA meeting so he can meet everybody in the competition. Of course, we have Kane. We find out he was from the King's Army. He hails from the Whitefang Mountains. We have Xavier Foral, Master Thief of Melisande.
His name is Xavier Foral.
Yeah.
Like, everybody gets an Xavier?
It's Foral. I just mispronounced it. I got shit wrote, and then there's 1,000 names. So if Xavier seems like, the next time I'll get his name right. But we have not heard from him again.
I just like the way that name sounds. Like, it sounds very cocky. Like, I'm Xavier Foral.
Yeah, it's Foral.
Whatever.
But so we have Kane, Xavier, and then 6 seasoned soldiers, 3 mad mercenaries, 3 other thieves. She started naming because I was like, oh, we're going to get everybody in the competition. But no, she starts naming off people. Now, later, we did get names. Like the 3 other thieves, we have Nox Owen, Varen. I don't know the other thief's name. We don't know any of the mercenaries' names. We do know that there are 2 murderers. One is Bill Chastain, known as the Eye Eater, because he eats the eyes of the victims he kills. And then we got Ned Clement, a.k.a. the Scythe, because he killed people. And you're not going to fucking believe this.
With a butter knife.
With a scythe.
Oh, shit.
Close.
Okay.
Close, but it was
a good guess.
Scythe.
I tried.
It's a good guess, Dylan.
Then there's 2 scarred silent men, which is just why pick that out? You know, there's 2 silent guys over there. Don't really know much about them, but there's like 2 scarred silent mans. Yes, lady with the wrinkly dress. Like, weird to point that out.
Just less dialogue she has to write.
Right.
They're monks and they're actually pacifists. They're just the ones to go and be cannon fodder.
Yeah, they're probably already gone or dead. If they haven't got a name, they're gone or dead. Then we have 5 assassins. I think right now the only one that we know is Paylor. His name. Oh, we do meet Grave. And I just have creepy assassin guy. He's just weird looking and shit, you know?
Yeah.
So after she leaves there, they have a pre-test. It is a fitness run. And then during the run, Kel tells her, like, I want you to hold back so nobody knows that you're about that life, because it's 23 other guys are going to gang up on you and kill you. Mm-hmm. So you need to hold back so no one assesses you as the problem. I put Kane fast as fuck, boy. Kane, all of these challenges, is the best. He's fucking huge. And she was like, oh, I could beat Kane's ass because he's big, but he's going to be slow. And then she's like, it's Brock Lesnar. Kane is Brock Lesnar. Like, he is like running faster than everybody, moving quicker than everybody. Actual titan of a human being.
Yeah.
And that is like the main guy we have to think, like, she just is constantly watching him and everything he does, because she's like, how the fuck am I going to kill that? After that, we meet Nehemia Yitger. She is the princess of Uelen, or Elway. What the fuck? Is it Elway? I think it's Elway. I don't fucking know. I've wrote down some of these, and I'm like, how the fuck do you pronounce them? I was having a hard time with Aurelia.
What were you pronouncing it to begin with?
I don't know. I don't know what I was mispronouncing it as. Once I have it in my brain, it's there. Mm-hmm. But if it's not, it's between 2 things. But then I can't remember the thing that I kept calling it. she is a lady of the people, literally helping out the rebels in I think it is fuck ULN. What is ULN? Why do I keep bringing that fucking up? Why is that in my fucking?
Sounds like a side character from Reba.
Yeah, I know. I got it in my head, so now I can't pronounce EYLLWE.
Looks like Elway.
It is Elway.
Or El.
Yeah, Elway. We're gonna say Elway. Elway.
Say Elway.
Yelway.
Yelway.
Yelway. I feel like that's it.
So why not
Yelway.
switch the Y and the E and then it just Yelway?
I don't know. I don't know how to read it now. I don't know how to read it now because I had ULN in my fucking head. But in Elway, she was helping out the rebels against Ardalan. Because he, the king, assaulted their place of residence.
Okay.
Yelway, okay?
All right.
She helped out the rebels, and now her father sent her over to Ardalan because he wants to kill her. Like he wants her dead. Why would you, if your daughter is known as helping out rebels and shit like that, wouldn't the king, the crazy king who wants to conquer all and shit, wouldn't he assess you as a bad person?
You would think.
So it says that it's spelled or it's pronounced Eelway.
Eelway, whatever.
Eelway, like an eel.
Elway.
I'm gonna say Elway.
Elway.
I like Elway.
Like John Elway.
Yeah. So, I mean, she's pretty snarky too. Nehemia, she is like, she talks down to people. She's like, her and Kale get into a conversation where she's like, so you're a soldier? And he's like, I'm not a soldier. I'm like part of the King's Guard. She's like, that's the same thing, dude. And he's like, no, it's not. Like, I'm not going out to battlefields. He's like, yeah, but you're killing for a king, so
Yeah, you're
kind of the same thing.
the Army Reserve. Like,
She finds out where Selena is from, and she's like, oh, so you had slaves? Just like right there, she's very blunt about it. She's like, oh, so you had slaves? You fucking bitch? Huh? And she's like, nah, man, no. I was sent to fucking Endovier where I was a slave. She's like, all right. Good. By the way, they're speaking a different language. They're speaking the Elway, fucking, how do you say? Elway language.
Eelish.
Yeah, they're speaking the Eelway language. So she wants her to teach her how to speak English. And then vice versa. They're going to both train each other on speaking each other's language. So now we get to the first trial. I'm going to give y'all another little spoiler. After the first trial, you don't really hear shit about the other trials. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's like, and then we had this trial and this trial. There's a couple where they like announce some of the events that go on in these trials. I thought these trials were going to be fucking crazy. The Eye Eater is found dead, ripped open, disemboweled. I put a huge loss for the community. Innards and brain missing. You find that out later. It's a big whodunit on who killed him. So I'm just giving you details of what's going on. I'm not going to tell y'all there's been no forward clues. Like, there's been no revelations from who killed the fucking Eye Eater. So they just talk about it. They're like, and it's pretty much Kale. People harassing Kale and be like, when you going to find out who killed the Eye Eater? And he's like, y'all can fucking do some work. Why is it only me that's got to do the work?
Because he's the King's Guard.
So she trains with Knox. Learns he's from Perth. Knox is one of the thieves, I'm pretty sure. This is why we take notes, boys. Yep. So Knox Owens, he's one of the thieves. He's a real good guy, kind of weird. He's like shy, you know, he's not that good. He's not going to win this. He's not going to win. You can tell he's not going to win the competition. But like, they're sitting there like throwing knives and stuff. I can't remember who started talking shit. After that run, by the way, Kale then, like, he walks in there, he's eating some salmon, and she's like, "Ooh, you're eating salmon?" And he's like, "Crazy you don't like fish because you smell like one." And I was like, God damn.
Damn.
Fuck. He's a fish-smelling bitch. Nasty. You got shit in your teeth. That shit Kale says to her, too. He's just like, you got fucking food in your teeth while you're eating. God. But somebody's mean during this. I can't remember who the fuck was mean during this. I feel like it was either, I mean, it's definitely either Varen, Graves, or Paylor. And if I'm wrong on all three of those, that's going to be fucking hilarious. But he's like sitting there talking shit. He's like, your circus tricks ain't going to work. If you're going to learn any tricks, learn tricks that a woman should know in the bedroom. Learn how to please a man, bitch. Like this. I'm like, God damn. Sometimes I'm like, did Sarah J Maas write this or did a weeb write it? So, I'm sorry, but some of like the insults and stuff, and then like the sex scenes and how they talk about them, like, is it Sarah J Maas?
Well, you said she wrote it in high school. Like,
imagine you meet Sarah J Maas, okay, and then you're like, wow, you know, you got a one-on-one meeting with her. It's like, I love your books. And she's like, I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm just a robot, and I'm controlled by this guy, and it's fucking Gabe. Like, hello, I bet you weren't expecting me. Quiet went away. Now it all makes sense. So she then has, that night she has dinner with Kale. That's when he's like, you smell like fish, you dirty, dirty bitch. And they're talking about like their backstories and shit. And he's like, yeah, the reason me and Dorian's so close is we were the only people around our age that were also like highborn. So they just hung out together. We find out Arabin was super dick. Like he was super abusive, super mean to Selena. At one point, he wanted her to get good with her left hand. But during training, she kept using her right hand. So he gave her an option. He's like, either I can break your hand so you won't use it anymore, or you can break it. And then forced her to break her own hand.
Jesus.
Yeah, he's a dick. He's a dick. We also find out that he is in Rifthold.
Yeah.
He lives in the town that she is in right now. Somewhere he's just like lurking about. He's known as the King of Thieves. So yeah, you know, you got to have that, the backstory with abuse and stuff. We get to the day of the first test. What do y'all think this crazy ass first test is going to be?
Like
knit a sweater.
Knit a sweater? I thought it was more like in NFL Combine.
Oh, yeah, like a
jump.
We
real
got
high.
the high jump. Yeah. We got the, what's the leaping one?
The where they leap. Yeah, it's the leaping.
Yeah, it's the leaping one. Yeah. You got to bench press 225. We got to figure out how this draft order is going to go. We don't want to bust, okay? I mean, we've been drafting bad the past 2 years in a row. There's other kingdoms. Ardalan looks crazy right now, okay?
Like, we need a Faye in our #1 spot right now.
Right. Oh, God. What would Tom Brady's Faye name be? Tom Brady-Ovian. He retired last year. We got to replace that guy.
Bradovian?
Yeah, Tom Bradovian. Sir Thomas Bradovian. Fucking he retired last year. We got to get back to this. It's archery. So you got to hit 5 targets. Lowest score goes home. There's 5 targets. I think the one furthest away is placed like 78 yards.
Oh, you don't get killed for it? You don't just like die? Like,
No.
Man, they should take you out because you're weak.
I do think that they're going to announce that later in the book. It's like, oh, you didn't get to go home. They fucking killed you. But I've not gotten that far.
Yeah, did you see in 300 where they're just throwing babies over the cliff? That's what we do, actually.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to take the time to escort everybody back to being slaves. Why would you do that when you can just be like, hey, we got this big castle. We're just going to throw you off the side of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you die. But it's archery. 5 targets. They got little metal rings in the middle of the targets. You got to hit inside of those. How many of y'all think Kane got?
4.
5 out of 5. No diff. Super easy. So, Aurelius LeBron James. he is Aurelius. Like, he's so athletic and good. He's just a generational athlete. He's a generational athlete. And we have not really got anything bad on Kane, so I'm just like, it's kind of haterade all going his way.
Yeah.
It's haterade.
Which is LeBron.
Yeah. It's like, fuck, he's so big and good at everything. And I bet that thing long. Like, if it's even a bit proportionate, like, and I'm just angry about it.
What a loser.
God, yeah. Selena does well enough not to lose, but then people start like snickering and laughing at her when she misses. So then she's like, oh, yeah? Bam. Hits the target on the 5th one. I do have to say, she's not a good assassin. She can't be a good assassin because she's easily provoked. So easily provoked. Just does not have the, like, I feel like assassins would be emotionally trained to be smart, concise, remember the plan.
But I thought she was the most famous assassin.
Yeah, but not Lillian Gourdain. She's Lillian Gourdain, the jewel thief. That's what everybody thinks.
Oh, okay.
She is the most famous assassin, and she's the best assassin. The bestest in the world, bestest there's ever been, apparently. Just like Dorian's the most handsomest man that's ever been. But she gets mad when Kel trips her during training. Mm-hmm. And then they're like, she's supposed to do well enough to not lose. So the plan is so everybody doesn't gang on her, assess her as a threat. And then because people laugh, she loses her composure, does not stick to the plan, hits the 5th target right in the middle, shuts everybody up. She does not stick to the plan. And I'm just like, I feel like an assassin would do that. The next day, she's training with Kel again. He sees the scars she got in Endovier. A young woman, like, why did she get the scars? I think it was because she tried to escape. So they just, like, beat the shit out of her. And there was this young woman who tried to help her. And because the young woman tried to help her, they had the young woman raped and murdered.
Jesus.
Yeah, some fucked up things going on here. Fucked up things. So the next day they're training. During training, a champion tried to escape. I'm not reading that, but you said, look, I did put it down. Not reading that. I came up with an adjective for what happened to the guy, but they shot him in the neck with an arrow. So you find out what happens if you try to escape, that's why I'm like, I don't think if you lose, you just get to go home. Or you get to go back to wherever you're a slave at. Some people aren't slaves. They're just there to be the champion. Like, I don't think Cain was. He was part of the king's army. So we shoot to Dorian's POV. It's not just Celaena's POV. Okay. So in Dorian's POV, he's at court. His mom comes up to him and initially just wants him to marry Nehemia. And he's like, I don't want to do it. I put his mom dorks on him for wanting love. Like, look at this guy. Are you gay? Is this like what is going on here? You got to have kids, dude. You're fucking a loser. You do not meet somebody for love. What are you? Are you a guy? Are you a guy? Have you had pussy, bud? Like, it's just like, what? You're over here. I want to marry for love. Look at my son. Marry for love. I'm Dorian. His mom's just clowning on him. You fucking dork.
What a great mom.
So he used to love a woman named Rossman. She left him for a boring dude. That was it. That's why he described him as just like a guy. Like he left.
He's just like a great dude.
Yeah, he's a great guy, great personality.
He's the stepdad in Liar Liar.
Because Dorian, he's so handsome. He did not have to. He's handsome. He's a prince. He didn't have to develop personality.
Yeah.
And then she just meets Greg, and Greg's just like, so, how's your day been? And she's like, you fucking care how my day's been? I was like, yeah.
What a dork.
Yeah, that's what Dorian thinks. He's like, what a dork.
Bring me flowers every day, fucking loser.
Yeah, and then she leaves him for him.
Of course.
So he sees Celaena training. At this point, he has a little crushy crush. We know he is crushing on her hard. There's a hilarious thing that right before, and I didn't write this down, but right before he goes to see Celaena, he's talking about his hunting dogs. And he has one dog who he likes because the dog is just so wild. And it's like he can't tame the wildness out of that dog. And then he goes and meets Celaena. And I know what SJM was trying to fucking draw the parallels to. And I'm like, you calling her a bitch? Like, what are you doing? Like, you just call Celaena a bitch in your own right in SJM. God bless America. So Celaena and Nehemia, they're training together. That's when they make the whole pact that they want to each learn the language. Then Dorian comes up and he was like, "Oh, I want to train with you girls, spar with you girls." And Celaena's like, "Nah." And then I forgot who said. I think Celaena was like, "The only way you're gonna spar me is if you come to my room at night." And she was just making a joke. Mm-hmm. And he was like, "Okay." So then he spars like Nehemia. Kel comes in, puts an end to all of it. He's like, she's literally the most famous assassin, and you got her in here with a princess and a prince. You not see how any of this is stupid? And Dorian's like,
makes sense.
Well, Nehemia also walks around with big ass guards, huge armor guards. So, but it does. Kel does make a lot of sense. Kel is the voice of reason, but also Loki because he jelly, and he doesn't want Dorian hanging around his girl for a little too long. So we get a little back and forth. We get Lady Caltain's POV, and that's when she's a little trickster because she convinces Duke Parrington that Dorian is in love with Celaena already, or Lillian Cordain, because that's who she thinks it is. That already in love and is going to like marry her and shit, which is crazy because Duke Parrington knows about the competition. Caltain doesn't. Mm-hmm. So Duke Parrington thinks that Dorian has fallen in love with a jewel thief, not a high lady. So he has a big problem with that. So Caltaine, at least, she's not just like, I'm just a mean, pretty girl. Like, she's actually sitting there being like, pulling strings and stuff. That's when we find out that he is rotund. He is rotund, and she's disgusted by his big, meaty fingers. It's like, SJM, why don't you watch Books My Wife Likes? And she's like, with that rotund fucking grease ball with the big, meaty fingers, but he smells like fish, fat fuck. After this book, she was like,
I mean, you did eat sardines in my face like 4 days ago.
I did do that. Yeah, I did. Sardines
Like,
are delicious
open
and
mouth,
nutritious and full of omega-3s. Healthy for your brain. Buy sardines today. Sponsored by Dave's Condoms. That's the inside joke between.
Oh, that's a bonus episode.
Oh, that is a bonus
2DJB.
episode. So people will know that one. That's a bonus episode for a other podcast, or Reddit podcast. All right. Then I have Selena Beethoven. She literally walks into the game room. I thought she was confined to a room, but she can literally go to a game room where all the assassins can, like, you know, power around and stuff and play games.
Like Olympic Village.
Yeah,
like
they got
just all
fucking like
chilling out.
foosball and shit. So she sees there's a piano, and of course, she's a master at it. She's a master assassin, master pianist, reads books like crazy.
Master
Quite
pianist.
literally the best. She is the best person that has ever graced Arlen or Aurelia. Then it'd be Arlen by proxy because it's a country in Aurelia.
Well, if you just start switching the letters around, Arland makes way more sense.
Arland.
Arlen.
Our
Just
land.
Arland. Just take that D, throw it on the end, and boom.
Arland. I
usually-
mean, that's what he wants.
I
That's
usually
what the
throw
king
the
of.
D on the end, but
No, see, you're gonna fuck me up because now I'm gonna be like Arlen. Yeah.
Well, you said it first, and then you.
No, I was saying Arlen,
Oh,
but it's like Ardelan.
a
does sound like a Tennessee town.
darlin.
Yeah, I had an ADOR. Ardelan. Yeah. No, I had it.
ARD.
No, I had it. Yeah.
You were saying it like almost like Adderall earlier. It was like
Yeah.
Adderland.
Adderlan. That's what I was saying. Adderlan.
But originally you had an ARD.
Which is Adderlan. I mean, you could say Adderlan,
Yeah.
but it was ad, not ard. No, it's ad.
It's ad, not
Yeah, it's
ard.
Adderland.
Adderland.
Originally you said ard.
Listen,
So now we
fucking to
switched
each
it
their own, guys. God, it doesn't matter. Diplomacy, it doesn't matter. Okay? Biopic, it doesn't matter. It's the fact that, you know, we're in fantasy land. You can say anything you want. So while she is playing on the piano, we had one where she had like a passing memory of she was thinking about kissing Dorian because he was so beautiful. And she was like, but the only person I've kissed is Sam, who was her, another assassin and kind of like her boyfriend. While she's playing the piano, she thinks of Sam, her old lover. And Dorian creeps in. He loves to do that. He loves to creep in when she ain't looking, watch her while she sleeps. But he creeps in, and he is like taken back by the music. And at first, he's like, do you like Kale? Like, are you in love with Kale? Or he's not saying it directly, but he's like, you got a thing for him? Trying to like get that out of her. They talk a little bit more, and she talks about Sam. And he was like, oh, like who's Sam? And she was like, he was my boyfriend. And he's like, was? And she's like, yeah, he died. Okay. And like Dorian looks real sad. Yeah, look. Man of Exiles. Hopefully we can see her something about you. Shout out Jurian. But Dorian looks real sad and he goes, I'm sorry. And Selena goes, so am I. And I thought that was a really, really cute little way to end that chapter and that little conversation that they had. Yeah. It was very adorable. So we're at test 2. All right. Test 2, you have to scale the castle and retrieve a golden flag. The first one to do it is the winner. And then everybody else, you just got to touch it. Last one gets eliminated. We also find out that guess what happened before this trial?
What's that?
Another champion was mauled to death.
Oh no, they just taking out champions left and right.
Left and right. Mauled to death. Just destroyed. Ripped open. Torn to ribbons.
Brains and innards gone.
Gone. Not a nary a trace of brains or ribboned innards.
Did they start with brains? That's a good question.
I don't know.
They might not have had brains because they entered this competition in the first
Maybe
place.
they do it like a shower. You start with your head so the dirt goes to your body, and then you wash the body. Who knows? During this competition, though, while Selena is climbing the wall, scaling the wall, she hears somebody scream, hit the ground, and then the audience gasp. And that is where we lost the scythe.
Already?
Yeah, so both murderers. Where they're like, we got the eye eater and the scythe. I thought, big, this is going to be a big deal. These guys are a big
They
deal.
got nicknames.
They
like
got
we're ready
nicknames.
to go.
They're going far.
Yeah.
Like, you got to think, there's 4 other assassins besides Pylor. Or Paylor. There's 4 other assassins. Those guys, I guess they're already gone. It'd be crazy if it was like they were still in competition, but they're just not named. But yeah, we got the named guys, menacing murderers. They're the murderers. They just back to back. Well, one gets killed in a cell, and the other one dies during the competition. Who do y'all think won this competition?
Kale?
Well, Kale he's not in the competition.
Oh.
He's a Kingsguard.
Oh, girl? What's the main character's name?
Selena.
Selena.
Who do you think won, Dylan?
The Kane. Is Kane in there?
Kane. Yes, yeah. Kane won. God.
He's
That's what I was trying to say. Kane.
Yeah, you just say Kale. I knew what you were going, but I was going to be like, no.
Get it right.
If y'all going to make that much fun of me over diplomacy and biopic. So everybody, Kane goes up the easiest way because he's faster and stronger than everybody. But then still, everybody else went up the easiest way along with him. Selena decides to go up the opposite way. There's like a storm drain she can scale. On the side where everybody went up for the easiest route, she went the hardest route. So y'all know Knox, the one she was training with. They kind of got like a little friendship. Well, Graves pushes him. They're like together near the wall, so he pushes him off. So he falls halfway, but he's still swinging by his rope. And then Graves starts cutting the rope. Like, you're not supposed to have weapons. You can't get access to weapons, but he somehow got access to a weapon. So he starts cutting the rope. So Selena, let's see how I got it worded on here. So Selena, the rope breaks, but Selena jumps, falls with Knox, ultimately saving him because Batman.
How?
Even in my brain movie, I couldn't understand how. Because she was like, she jumped down, grabbed the rope, they were falling together, and then they got hung up on something, but the rope is broken. So I don't know exactly how they did it, but they stopped 30 feet before falling. Selena got 18th place in this competition, by the way.
Out of 19 people?
Out of 19 people. Yeah, Knox got last. But I guess he didn't get eliminated because...
He almost got murdered.
Well, the scythe died.
So somebody gets eliminated.
Yeah, so I guess that is a good elimination. So Kale and Selena, they start talking. Come to find out, Kale knows who Arabin is. That's when we find out he is known as the King of Assassins. He's in Rifthold. Selena talks about how he was just like a pimp in one of the brothels. Like, he'll spend money, like, grooming you, raising you up, teaching you everything. But as soon as you're working, you got to pay all that shit back. And that one day he spent 500K gold coins, 500,000 gold coins in one night. So I guess in this world, gold coins have to be just they have been destroyed by inflation. Because how do you spend generational wealth? If you had 500,000 gold coins here, you'd be a billionaire. A billionaire.
Well, yeah, but they're a trillionaire there.
Yeah, it's like we have gazillionaires. Trillionaires ain't even nothing anymore. God.
Peasants on the street. Here's
Peasants.
500,000 gold coins for
I put 500,000 gold coins one night. ... DraftKings ? This episode is sponsored by DraftKings. DraftKings, gambling for children. They're gonna sue me one day. They're gonna sue the fuck out of me one day. So then, the next 2 tests, too boring to recall: stealth and tracking. That's all we hear about them. It's like the next 2, they were all right. It was stealth and tracking. I just wanted to know, did Kane just easily win these 2?
Yeah, he's just wiping the board.
So she just kind of skips. Like,
that's it. Yep. The next 2 tests were stealth and tracking.
She didn't really want to go into depth with those. There was not much story that could be had. Although they should have killed somebody. Like, I mean, if we're going along the lines, somebody else should have died prior to stealth.
Right. Yeah, I think we should have learned about that, but nobody has.
Okay.
I don't think anybody else has died from the mysterious smaller.
Can I just say that, like, I feel like an idiot because this thing is called Throne of Glass, and then you were talking about the Glass Castle, and I did not put those two together at all. Did not compute in my brain.
I think Throne of Glass, I thought it was a metaphor.
Yeah, like, I just was like, oh, that's the name. And, like, I thought, but then like once you were like, oh, the castle's made out of glass, and did not register those two, but I've been staring at this book this whole time. And then I was like,
oh, Throne of Glass
Yeah,
goes
I
in the
thought-
glass castle.
When I started when Amy told me about the book, I was like, "Oh, Throne of Glass!" Like
it's
it's fragile. It's
yeah.
fragile. Like everything's like up in the air. Is the kingdom going to survive? Nope, most powerful kingdom. So then I was like, "What is it? Like a fucking seeing through metaphor? What the
No,
fuck is
it's
it?"
a literal.
And then, no, there's a literal Throne of Glass in a glass castle. Fuck metaphors. Fuck similes. Everything's real here.
When they teach each other different languages, is it Rosetta or
Rosetta Stone.
Rosetta Stone?
Rosetta Stone.
I was gonna say Rosetta Stone of Glass, but I fucked my own joke up.
Yeah, but it's okay.
That's cool.
At least you didn't do it on stage.
You got really good diplomacy.
Yeah, diplomacy.
Diplomacy. That's
Diplomacy is what I said. Diplomacy and biopic.
I think we need to cycle out all the the words you use that are wrong and just use the wrong versions from now on.
Yeah,
Just commit to the
that's what
bit.
you do. Yeah,
Yeah, just biopic from now on.
just like Dave's condoms. Dave's condoms for the little guy. Our patented technology is going to make you, yes, you, even the smallest of men, feel snug and ripped and hard. Yeah, it's just like they're small condoms, but they're patented technology. It's a tight fit. So you were like, man, I'm maxing out this condom.
So how do I
But it's-
get these?
But it's like, you know, the balloons you get in the big packs, and it's just like a little tiny balloon. That's what they look like.
So what website do I order these off of?
DavesCondoms.com. www.davescondoms.com.
Where what you're not just sponsored by them, you're also
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah. Because Michael, would never sponsor something that I don't believe in. I believe in Dave's Condoms.
That's why I have 3 kids.
Dave's Condoms is the reason I don't have more autistic babies, only 2 of them.
Oh shit.
We really did have a kid with autism. I was like, let's do that again. Back to back. Oh, man. It is a gift. So that night she has a nightmare about failing the competition, being sent back to the salt mines, getting whipped. She wakes up because Kel wakes her up because he's like, what the fuck are you doing screaming, dude? You're just laying here screaming. We find out that it is Sam Hewen. Sam Hewen is like this holiday that happens in the wintertime. Have you heard of Sam Hewen? You just look like you did.
It's very interesting.
Yeah, it's a winter holiday where it's a religious holiday where they say the veil between the spirit world and the real world is like lifted and spirits can come through. And it's not a day.
Oh, it's like Halloween Town.
Right. They talk about the javelin test. That was very hard 3 days ago because they got another test coming up. So the javelin test sounds fun. Sounds like a test I'd like to hear about. Javelins.
Nope.
How far can a 19-year-old very dainty girl throw a javelin? I get the quickness and everything, but her thing is not built on quickness. I want to know the guy that lost in the javelin competition. And I'm saying, look, there are plenty of women out there that can throw a javelin farther than me, but she is very malnourished and 19. So I do want to know. That's the one I want to hear about is the javelin contest. On the walk to the clock tower, Selena agrees to teach Nehemia English. We already knew that was going to happen. But while they're walking up, they see Cain, who is crouched over. He stands up and he is covered in dirt. And he just keeps walking. And they walk up, and then we find out that he cleaned. They're like the marks that you saw in the garden. There are some more. They're called word marks. They are symbols of an old religion. He was sitting there cleaning them. So apparently that is something that he does believe in. Which kind of fits into the next part because, and this is the stupidest thing that I think me reading this book, I think I was listening to it at this point. Me listening to this book, this was the stupidest moment that I had because that night there is, what do you think called the thing? They go over windows, or I guess it's
Curtains.
tapestry.
Oh.
Tapestry. It's on the wall. It's a tapestry, and it's a lady in a dress, and she's like, it looks like the dress is like flowing, and then she sits up. She's like, wait a minute, and I'm like, oh fuck, that picture's moving. Somebody's about to come out of that picture, and she's like, there's a hidden door behind here. And I was like, that makes way more sense than somebody coming out of a fucking picture. It's where you're like, oh, fuck, something magical's about to happen. And it's like, there's a hidden door here.
It's just a draft.
The wind's coming through. Because she's even lying. It's like, it looks like the wind's moving. And she's like, wait a fucking minute. And I was like, there's a picture person. The picture person's about to come out the picture. Oh man, picture person gonna come out the picture, say something crazy, and she's like, "There's a door." And I was like, oh, "Okay, well, maybe I shouldn't read books." Which y'all gotta know, like, I am not a book reader. Like, I did not grow up reading books. I read in my adult life one book.
It was it, right?
Yep, start to finish, it. And what a stupid book to fucking get, because I don't know if y'all know this, if y'all seen the It pieces, but the book and the movie has a couple of scenes where you're like, what the fuck am I fucking reading? There's one, and I think everybody knows about it. It's the Beverly Marsh gangbang right before they go in, so they don't go into the sewer as virgins, which you can't put that in a movie, thank God. Even though this league's like, well, you gotta stick to the source material. You gotta do that. Like, the same people that watch the Lolly shit where they're like, that's not a child, that's a 3,000-year-old demon. Oh, well, we're setting you on fire anyways, bud. So, sorry. Tell that to God when you get there, buddy.
It's just a body pillow.
But then there's also a scene where you have Patrick Hogstetter and who's the fucking bully? What's his name? Bowers. But I'm trying to, it's not Jack Bowers. Who's Jack Bowers?
From 24.
Yeah, there you go, Jack Bowers. Henry Bowers? Yeah, okay, so it's Henry Bowers. They're in this junkyard, and Patrick's just like, yeah, I'm just going to get on my knees and suck your cock, bro. And I'm just like, the fuck is going through Stephen King's mind?
A lot of cocaine.
Yeah.
Lots and lots of cocaine.
I digress and I continue. Yeah,
That was the only book that he read before reading these books.
Yeah, so sometimes when there's a part coming, I'm just like, oh, to pop out the picture. And it's like, oh, there's a secret tunnel behind here. I'm like, okay, sure. That explains so much. She's exploring the secret tunnel, and at one point she can go right or left. Right, she's like, it's this weird dark shadow, and it feels like the wind is speaking to her. And remember, it's Sam Hewen, so she's like, I'm not going in there. I'm not going the spooky way. Smart. So she goes the other way and finds out it's a sewer that leads outside. It's just a sewer gate that leads outside.
And so she's free to move about the cabin wherever she wants to go then?
She could just escape into freedom. But she doesn't want to. She wants to win honorably. She's a fucking assassin. Out of all the warriors, I'm sorry, but out of all the warriors, in every video game, every fantasy, whatever, the assassin is not honorable. He's the non-honorable one. And she's like, I want to win and earn my freedom instead of escaping. What slave wants to escape? None of them. They want to earn. They want to work hard and get their freedom. Like that. I'm sorry, but it's fucking terrible.
And an assassin would be amazing at escaping.
There should have been something that happened where she was like, I want to fucking kill somebody.
Yeah, like a reason to stay.
A reason to stay instead of being like, I, a slave, want to earn my freedom. Every slave, they don't want to be set free. They don't want to escape. Ew, that's not honorable. We want to earn our freedom. You all right? Mm-hmm. All right, so I just felt like that did not make sense, as in as far as an assassin slave would view that whole situation. I think I'd just be like, oh, dipping into the shadows. I know how to do all this stuff. Just making sure I didn't miss anything on that one. Okay. Now we get into the crazy stuff. Okay, 59 minutes. I'll be like, this episode went by so quick, dude. I was sitting here, I was like, man, what if I get through this? Because I was like, I'm splitting it up into 2 books. I'm like 20 minutes in. Yeah. But it's been so fun. Head and shoulders better than ACOTAR. I mean, leaps and bounds.
Well, that's what everybody was saying in the comments the whole time we were reading ACOTAR.
You know how I knew it was going to be good? because some people were like, I just couldn't keep up with it. I was like, oh, it's going to be fucking amazing. I was like, it's going to be so
We're
great.
halfway through it, and I think we've covered more characters than like several books of ACOTAR.
Right. All right, so Dorian, so Selena's sleeping, and then Dorian just comes in and he's like watching her as she sleeps. Which Kale walks in. Just because I've wrote it down, I need to start writing it as Kale. I did that with some names, like Arabin, I spelt wrong. Nehemia, I spelt wrong. Elena, I spelt wrong. There's different names that I spelled wrong, so I'd read it right. I need to do that with Kale, because I'm just going to read it as Chell as my eyes go over it. But so they get into an argument, and Kale is kind of wording it as, I'm doing this for your protection, whereas Dorian knows that there is, like, they both got a little crush on her. Kale then comes in, because remember, there was a party, I didn't bring this up, but there was a party at, I don't know where the party was. I think it was in the clock tower. The clock tower is where they went to, like, worship the people for Sam Hewen. That was the religious part. And then they had a feast afterwards, which she wasn't invited. But then she found out all the other champions were. So she was the only one that didn't come. But then Kale said he would bring her back some food. So he comes back, and come to find out, he got her a ring, like this cute little silver ring with a little amethyst on it. That they were giving out to the high ladies there.
So sweet.
That is sweet. So then she has a dream. We go into another dream. She is dreaming of going back through the tunnels, and she decides this time that she wants to go right. So she goes right. She goes into a room, and there are 2 sarcophagi. It's not sarcophaguses.
No, it'd be sarcophagi.
It'd be sarcophagi. Sarcophagi.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm the sarcophagi.
Right, yeah, I'm about the sarcophagi. Like, I swear to God, dude, you keep fucking talking to me like that, I'm at the sarcophagi. They're all looking on the sarcophagus. She notices, the sarcophagi. She notices that one of the sarcophagus is an old king, Gavin, and his wife, Elena. Elena was Brannon's daughter, so she is Fae. So Brannon's daughter, Gavin's wife. All the word marks and stuff, they're on the sarcophagi. Then there's also something that says times Rift.
You don't know what that is?
I don't know what that is.
You wrote it down.
Yeah, I know I wrote it down. We don't know what it means.
Oh, I thought you meant you forgot what it meant.
No, we don't know what it means.
Oh, you just don't know what it
at
means.
this
Okay.
point. We don't really know we kind of now know what the word marks mean and what kind. It's a Fae thing. So she sees the sword, Demarius, that Gavin used to vanquish the Dark Lord Erewhon. That name is also very clearly spelled incorrectly, so I would not incorrectly.
He spelled it AERO-wand. J.
Hey, Juan.
Literally, that would mean a wand of the sky. He is a sky wand, so an aerial-bound wand. But yes, he used that sword to vanquish Erewhon, the Dark Lord. As she's doing all this, she hears somebody. Turns around, bam, there's Elena, her spirit. She pretty much tells Elena tells Selena that that's hard to keep up with. I never put that 2 and 2 together. Elena tells Selena. Yeah. So Elena and Selena are having a conversation, and Elena says, "Hey, nothing is coincidence. You were not at this kingdom for no reason. You were here for purpose." She then tells her that the gargoyles in the garden actually are there because she's like, he's distracting them. She knows she's talking about Gavin. Gavin's spirits is distracting the gargoyles because they pretty much guard the veil between the spirit realm and the real world.
Okay.
So she doesn't have a lot of time. She was meant to come to the castle. She was meant to be an assassin. And that there is evil in the castle wanting to rip open a portal. There's evil in the castle lurking about. And she did say it wanted to rip open a portal and that Selena must win. Must win. Now, she then says, I did not come here. She did not come here of her own accord.
Volition.
Yeah, of volition. God, delicious word. She did not come there of her own volition. She was led there. Okay?
Selena?
Yeah. So I think Kane's a good guy. Because they spent so much time talking shit about this guy who is not, like, there's no vile acts that Kane has done, none of this stuff. And then you get a scene of him wiping off these word marks. And there's like, somebody led me here. So I think that Kane is not.
He's like our Snape.
Yeah, he's like, yeah.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
our rice sand.
Yeah, well, he's not Snape.
But he's the character that you think is bad.
You know,
initially.
Snape fucking hated Harry Potter.
Yeah, but he
did not.
still was,
Snape was not a good guy.
Well, it's rice sand. Rice sand was like he was supposed to be the bad guy, and then he became the good guy, the ultimate good guy.
I don't think it's gonna be like that. I don't think it'd be like the love interest. But and I don't think he's gonna. I don't know. I don't know how it's gonna go.
But he was the ultimate bad, like out of the team of
Out of-
Fays,
yeah, out of
and
the
then
High
he,
Lords,
He
yeah.
became the one that was the.
Oh, he's
good.
actually a really good guy. Yeah, really sweet. So that's just a prediction that I have. When Selena woke up, or Elena hands her something, a piece of metal, puts it in her hand, and then she's like, "You got to get out of here. They're coming." She's going up the steps. She hears screaming and stuff, so I guess it's the gargoyles. She gets into her room, jumps to her body, wakes up. She's like, "Whoa, what a crazy dream!" Except for she opens her hands and she has an amulet.
Oh.
Yeah, so the dream was something. It was
very
something.
real.
Yeah, very real. I don't know what happened. Did like her ghost know that she was in the dream and then come give the amulet? I don't know how any of that worked. Maybe Kane came to her room, put it in her hand. I don't know.
It was the tapestry person came out of the tapestry and then gave it to her.
Fuck, I wish I was low-key right on that so I didn't seem so stupid. I also don't have to tell y'all these things, but I decide to because it's funny. So she wakes up with the amulet in her hand, and that is it so far.
That was about halfway.
Yeah, so that is 25 chapters. The next episode will be 30 chapters of it.
Okay.
So the magic is starting to happen. I'm going to make predictions now because people do want this. They want to hear predictions about. I do think Kane is a good guy. I think Dorian is not his father's son. That's the easiest prediction I'm ever going to have to make without, it being clearly stated what has happened. Any other predictions? I do think Kale and Dorian are going to go in this love triangle direction. They might swerve. Here's what I think, though, too, because there are two such, like, people that are hanging around her. I think one of them might die. One of them might meet an end. I don't know. One of them might be real bad. I don't know. But those are my kind of predictions for that. I think that was a very good actual telling of that, and I was able to stay on point really, really well. Yeah. So I think that is what I'm going to continue doing forward. What this does, though, is 25 chapters now takes a long fucking time of stopping. If I'm reading, I got to stop. If I'm audiobooking, I have to pause. Because as soon as I start writing something down, it's like, and she was in the thing and doing all that, and I start writing, it's like,
Yeah, might as well be gibberish, yeah.
It's a fucking different language. My brain retains none of it, so it does take a longer time, but I think it's a lot better. Guys, I'm not going to do a real pitchy thing to say follow, but if you are on whatever platform, it does help out. If you do follow, comment some things down, tell us how we did. Also, if you want to keep up with where I'm at in the books, I am going to be like posting more statuses and stuff on Facebook. I'm not going to make another Reddit. I don't ever go onto the Reddit, but on the Facebook, I'll just be like commenting random things down. I'm not going to be that interactive because I am scared of the comment section, and my wife has to look at it before I do because some people think it's funny to be just like post a spoiler. Which is the corniest thing.
Yeah.
The corniest thing. I've not encountered that on this, but I've encountered that on ACOTAR.
Really?
Yeah, so I don't want none of this spoiled. I want all of it to be...
That's just like you literally watch or seeing somebody go through a series for the first time, and your first thought is like, let me ruin this for everybody.
Let me fuck it up for him. I am so miserable in my life that I'm going to fuck him up for him. But the Facebook is Books My Wife Like also. Whatever platform you're on, that's the name of the Facebook. Guys... Thanks so much for tuning into this episode. Next episode, we finish out Throne of Glass, the first book, and then we only got, like 7 more to go?
Yeah.
And some of them are fucking giants. So
Light work.
thank you so much, guys. We'll see you next time.
Have a good one.
Later.